Hiya.
Hi.
Welcome. Well, not you. You're always here. Welcome everybody else to episode 19 of Sibling Rivalry. Sorry it's late. I ended up having to do some sort of last minute work stuff, which meant that we had to push it back a couple of days.
Yeah.
Because I've been quite busy.
Yeah, you
So
are.
sorry about that. But we are here. We're not missing the episode. We're making it up to you. So yeah, my bad for that. But as I say, work had to come first because that does pay the bills. So, but we're here. It's Thursday. It's a bit weird to be recording this late in the week, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I am drinking on pod again, but I have actually been really good, haven't I?
Yeah, you
Over the
have.
past couple of weeks, I've done so much exercise.
Mm.
Like, well, I say exercise like walking because of my leg and stuff, so I can't go too mad yet. And then I've done a couple of workouts to build it up, and I've ate relatively well apart from today. But not in general, though. I've done all right.
Yeah, that's true. Mum hasn't done too bad either.
No, I had to do well, I didn't have to do, but I was doing like loads of steps, wasn't I? So I was trying to. I did like 15,000 steps 5 days last week out of 7, and then this week I've hit me sort of my calorie goal and stuff on this every day up to now.
Yeah, I've done my 10,000 steps of the day.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to hit it my calories today though, but
yeah,
you know, this had to be done, so it's technically your fault. No, I'm joking. I don't mean that. Yeah, so how have you been this week?
I've been okay.
You went to a thing today, didn't you, that I haven't really spoke to you about yet? So
Yeah, so it's called the Spider Project, and it's for people with, like anxiety, pretty much like for people who've, used drugs or drinking or whatever, or something like that. But yeah, it's a really good place for.
Not you though. You haven't done that, have you?
No. I've got anxiety, haven't I? So
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like a really good place for like mental health and stuff like that.
So what sort of stuff will you do there?
Like just if I need to get something off my chest, then I can just talk to. So pretty much like therapy.
Like a support network kind of thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Did they give you anything to like do in between, or?
Well, they've given me like a few leaflets with like different like
More
like
info about them.
timetables on like
Oh,
with
really?
different
That's
activities.
cool, isn't it?
Yeah. So I might have a look into them, and I don't know, but see where I go from there. Yes.
No harm in going down to find out, though, is there?
No. But if not, if those things don't like
suit you,
yeah, I'll try and figure something else out. Like I might have a look at like college courses or something like that.
Just have something to do to kill some of your time.
Yeah, because I've got a lot of free time and I need to do stuff with it. So
rather than just sitting in all day.
Yeah.
Dead hot now we've started. I always get warm. I think it's these lights, isn't it?
I think so, yeah, because they're really bright.
I'm sure you can probably see this, by the way. I forgot about it. I've got a cut under my eye. I don't know. I just woke up with it, so yeah. That's how life goes, isn't it?
I'm not sure whether it's the dog accidentally pouring in the night.
I doubt it. I had like a spot or something there, which might have been like an itchy bit.
You've probably picked at it.
So I've probably picked at it in my sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it doesn't look that bad,
doesn't it? I haven't been punched or nothing, surprisingly. What else have we done this week? It feels mad because we've over a week. Oh, I've booked a trip.
Oh yeah, you have.
At the end of October, I'm going to Amsterdam for 3 nights.
Haven't you been to Amsterdam before?
Yeah, I've been twice. I went with my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then I went with my mate when I was like 19.
So this is your third time going then?
But I'm on my own this time as well, so.
Yeah, you look forward to that.
Can't wait. It feels weird though, because it was like booked. So not on a whim, I'd been thinking about it for a while.
Like getting away for a bit.
But then I was like, I've got leave and work that needs using by the end of the year as well.
And
then I just thought, why not? Like,
you have nothing to lose.
Why not treat yourself to a little trip abroad? Yeah.
Because you've worked hard over
the last few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. Like the new job's great, but it's just really ramped up all of a sudden, which is fine. I'm not like.
Well, you're not as stressed as you were.
No, I'm not stressed. I'm just done in. Because it's.
Yeah, but it's like a good type of. It's like a good feeling. It's not like a negative.
I'm in a good place with it, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So at least that's like not stress with work, but it is nice to have something to look forward to. Like with me last holiday, I was looking forward to that because it was an escape from work as well.
Yeah.
Whereas this isn't to escape from work. This is just something that I've wanted to do for a while. Go on a trip by myself, like to a city. There's a couple of like tours and stuff you can do there, which I'm quite looking forward to. And I want to try mushrooms.
I'm not at all jealous.
You won't be jealous of me having mushrooms.
No, I won't. No, I won't.
But apparently they're really good for like depression and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see what happens. But I'm gonna like make sure to speak to the people about like what to have and make sure I'm like in a safe place and stuff when I do it. You know what I mean? But it's exciting for me. And I just love Amsterdam. It's such a nice city. It's just so pretty to walk around and stuff as well.
Yeah, the canals down there are great, aren't they? I've only seen Amsterdam on the telly when I've been watching stuff with Mum.
That show. What's it called?
Van der Valk.
Yeah, that's the one. Mark Warren's in that, isn't he?
Yeah, it's set in Amsterdam, so yeah, I've pretty much seen a bit of Amsterdam
on the telly.
It? Yeah.
Well, I wonder why is he like a British person in it? Yeah.
He is, yeah.
So it'd be a bit mad if he was.
Well, he portrays like a Dutch detective. Pretty much all the characters are pretty much...
so he's Dutch in it, not English?
No, he's actually British. They're all British. It's just set in Amsterdam.
Oh, right, okay. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got no idea what's going on there. Oh, we went to Ben's for tea on the weekend, didn't we?
Yeah.
Instead of him coming here.
The dog was a nightmare, wasn't she, going down?
No, you weren't there, you don't know.
You were saying when you came.
Yeah, it was awful.
And then she wouldn't settle for ages.
No. So, yous left before me, didn't yous?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And I was watching the end of the footy before I walked down. And the less people that are with the dog, the better usually. But I think we talked about it on here actually already, the fact that the harness was gone and we need to get a new one. So Mum bought like a sort of temporary one, didn't she, to use? And she just got out of it.
I'm the one that spotted the harness as well. I thought, oh, that'll be okay for Mika for now.
So we were like 5 minutes away from the house and she got out of the harness. And then I couldn't get it back on her because it was a new one. I didn't know how to do it properly. So I stood there and then she was just pulling me. She was just dead naughty the whole way down. I was a mess when I got there, wasn't I? I was like sweating through my top and everything.
You wanted to...
I wanted to kill her, yeah. I did. And then we got to Ben's and she knew where we were, so she was obviously really excited, which was cute.
Yeah, because she can smell Maddie as well, even though she wasn't there.
She wasn't there, yeah, but... So it was cute, like, that she was excited to see Ben, but...
It was a continuous
Well, I opened the front door, and then she tried to run up the stairs before I'd even took the harness off her. So I screamed when I got there, didn't I? I was like, well, you just fucking stand still, or something like that.
Yeah, you did.
And I just heard you like a fun walk down for Tom then.
Was it me who said it?
I can't remember. Someone said it.
I think it was me.
But he made us tea, didn't he? Which was lovely.
Yeah.
It was a nice change, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really nice. Actually.
Oh, so actually off the back of that thing with Mika, we've decided that today's funny flashbacks is going to be pet stories, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
So after the break, we'll be doing them. But yeah, we had a nice time. It was lovely. As I say, apart from the fact I had to have a fan on me immediately, didn't I? Yeah. I was so wound up for about half an hour. And then when she'd had a drink and something to eat, I had to take her out to see if she needed to go to the toilet. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I wanted to strangle her. That was funny though. The pudding, we had banoffee pie.
Oh, yeah.
So Maddie wasn't there, she'd gone to see her family.
Yeah, but she made the...
Yeah, she made the banoffee pie.
So nice, by the way.
And we were sitting there eating it, and obviously like banoffee pies, banana and toffee. It's like a cheesecakey type thing, isn't it? And we were all sitting there just munching away. Mum goes, is there fruit in this? And it was like, it's banoffee, there's bits of banana in what you're eating. So that set us all off, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then Ben had to text Maddie to tell her. He was knackered, wasn't he? Because he hadn't slept very well.
He was up. He'd been up since like 3 a.m. that day.
Yeah, it's grim, that, isn't it? I haven't been sleeping very well again.
Oh, God.
Yesterday when I had to go into the office yesterday, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, you didn't sleep well last night, did you?
Last night I slept better than the night before. So when I went into the office, I'd only had like 5 hours sleep. You know, and we had so much to do.
Oh my God, you were knackered when you came back.
Well, I went to bed after my tea, didn't I, and just didn't come back down.
Oh yes, yeah, you did.
I lie on my bed from like 6 o'clock.
And then fell asleep.
I didn't fall asleep till like 10:15 now.
Oh, didn't you? That's not
No,
bad
but
though.
I just didn't move. Like,
You were watching stuff on your iPad though.
yeah,
I could
well,
do.
Ahsoka came out, the new Star Wars Disney Plus
Oh
show.
yeah, I could do your iPad going as
And I was
well.
watching like podcast episodes and stuff that come out on a
Oh
Wednesday. So I had loads of stuff to watch, but I'd normally like come down at some point, wouldn't I?
yeah. You would.
And I was just absolutely out of it. Like,
Yeah.
but the dog's new harness came though, didn't it?
Yeah.
So when I took it out today, it was fine.
It's a bit smaller than our other one.
Yeah, but it actually fits her really well.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
thank God for that.
Um,
Because the other one was
the other one was massive, wasn't
the
it?
other one was a larger, an XL,
What's that one?
medium.
Is it? Seems to fit her though.
Yeah, well, she is a medium size. She's not really a
I
large
don't know. She's
dog.
pretty big
Medium large dog.
compared to some dogs. She's massive, isn't she?
Yeah.
I'm proper warm here. These lights are killing me. I don't know. It's
just popped out.
Sweaty mess. Yeah. Well, I had other stuff to talk about, but I forgot what it was. Can tell how busy my week's been, can't you?
Your head's all over the place.
We actually did do prep for this the other day as well, didn't we? So we've had a few days, but
yeah, just because you've been so busy as
I
well.
was meant to go in the pictures to watch Oppenheimer with Ben today, but I forgot again, and I was like, oh, we've pushed the podcast back, so I'll have to do that. He wasn't bothered, like he was fine. He was like, are we going in the pictures this week? And I was like, oh no, I've completely forgotten again. Like, so we were going to go last week, and I forgot. Because, like I say, work's just gone dead busy.
And then you forgot this week as well, because work's been really busy again.
Oh, yeah, and then a couple of nights of bad sleep and nothing to work. I was just like...
Yeah, you were just like...
No, I didn't know what was going on. So it's been an interesting... I can't even remember the weekend, you know. I know we went to Ben's on Sunday, but I don't know what I did on Saturday.
Don't look at me, I did.
No?
I can't remember what I did yesterday, never mind. A few days ago.
You will have been in yesterday, weren't you? Because of the dog.
All day, yeah.
Did you go out?
No, don't think so, not really.
Have you talked about the fact that you've started taking pictures on here?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Ellie's been doing, like, photography stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been getting into photography quite a bit lately.
Because you took a picture, didn't you, at the comedy night of, like, the... So when I do the comedy nights, I always try and get a picture of all the acts against, like, the banner to post on social media. And you took it for me, didn't you? I really liked it.
Yeah.
And then you kind of from there just got into like taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah, because like I crouched down to try and get like a better
angle.
Yeah, like a better viewpoint. But yeah, I actually like how that picture turned out as well.
And then you've been taking pictures of like random stuff.
Yeah, and the dog.
Like flowers and the dog and stuff. But you've taken some good ones, haven't you? So yeah, follow Ellie on Instagram to see them. I don't know what your handle is.
XARSNX is my handle.
It's been good to see you like get into something.
I need to post some more of those as well because I've taken a few more as well and I keep forgetting to post them.
You tend to take some of the dog whenever we're watching that show, don't you? The Dog House is it called?
Australia, yeah.
Yeah, whenever that's on and the dog ends up being all cute because she's not getting attention.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at the dogs on the telly.
Yeah, and we're just like, oh.
So she gets all cute, doesn't she, and decides, I want to be involved.
Yeah, she does.
See, I can't remember what the other pictures you took that you posted, like flowers, weren't you?
Yeah, and some of our in our backyard.
Yeah.
Like of the roses and stuff.
Yeah, because Mum's well into her gardening, isn't she?
Yeah, well, we've got roses for Nan and Grandad.
Yeah, see, this is the other thing, I don't even know what's out there, do you know what I mean? It's nice, don't get me wrong, I like having like plants and the flowers in the back, but I don't know I don't know what any of them
I normally
are.
help Mum pick them out, and honestly, I can't remember what they are.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, flowers, nice.
I like flowers, and I don't mind. I love helping Mum pick them out. I can't remember what bloody hell they are.
Mum really enjoys it, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
She's been quitting smoking, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's been doing really well. So have you, actually.
Yeah,
as well.
when I drink, I can't smoke anymore. It's been alright, to be fair. But...
You've been coping okay, haven't you?
Mum said she's getting her taste buds back a bit, didn't she?
So you've said the same thing.
Yeah, to be fair. But it's more severe for Mum, isn't it? She was like a heavy smoker and I wasn't.
Yeah.
So I haven't found it as like difficult as she has to stop.
But taste buds have come back.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's bank holiday this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
3 days off.
What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do for the 3 days? while you're gonna sleep.
I hope so. So there's footy on as well, like that.
Oh, at
Obviously,
least you got that to look forward
football's
to as
back
well.
now, innit? So that's me occupied, like happy
Oh, that's
days.
young Ben occupied.
Yeah, to be fair.
You just both despite to each other.
I know Ben makes me laugh because every year he's like, I'm not. He tries to make out he's not as into it,
Is he hell?
but then it's because Everton is shit, isn't it? So he's like, I'm not even that bothered because they ruin his life.
See, this is why I don't pay attention to football, because one's a Liverpool fan, and then Ben's a Everton fan, and then there's just me.
You're just not interested at all, are you?
Nope.
So I watched the Women's World Cup final on Sunday. You got into that a little bit, to be fair, because that was probably more because I was shouting, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, and the dog was lying near me like usual.
That was tough. That they got beat 1-0 by Spain.
I know.
They did so well as well. I really thought they were going to do it.
Mm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they did brilliantly to get to the final, but it was a tough one. Just England never seemed to be able to like get over the line. The women's team won the Euros though, so they're better than the men's team. Liverpool are fuck knows this season, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to be.
Yeah, but like as soon as it's with the men's side, like they go down and then they just lie there for ages, and then the women just get back up again.
You've been spending too much time with our Peter, you.
Oh, for crying out loud! Oh, I'm turning into him.
Yeah, it is funny. I take the piss out of Mum all the time, though, don't I? And then I do stuff she doesn't. I'm like, I hate myself so much. So I haven't really got anything to report this week, really.
Not same here, not really.
Like I say, I've been that busy with work, which doesn't seem like that's not fun
Interesting.
to talk about, is it?
No.
So, should we have a break then, and then we'll do
Yeah.
the funny flashbacks, and we've got some would you rathers as well.
Mm.
Yeah, we've got loads of flashbacks today as well because it's pet related, so
Yeah,
it
and
should be fun.
we haven't just had just Mika, have we?
No, we had the pugs for a bit as well, didn't we? But we'll get into all that.
We'll save that for after the break.
So yeah, we'll see you
Yeah.
shortly. Right, we're back. Welcome back to the second part. So yeah, funny flashbacks about pets today, and then we've got some would you rathers to finish us off. We touched on it in the first section, but some of these stories are about a couple of pugs we used to have. They are funny stories, but the sort of circumstances around the pugs is a bit sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we wanted to get another. We had Mika for like. She's nearly 8, isn't she?
Yeah.
So we've had her for 8 years, haven't we? Because she was 6 months when we got her.
Yeah.
And then what must have been about 2 years ago now. There was talk about you wanting to get another little dog, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So you, essentially for you to get out a bit as well. She just can't walk Mika because she's enormous.
And she's way too strong.
Yeah.
And I miss I miss getting out and walking a dog. That's why I'm like.
You come with me quite a lot though, don't you?
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was obviously we adopted the pugs as well, Otis and Sky. But they were together, weren't they?
Yeah, we didn't expect it to be a pair, did we?
No,
we just
but
suspected
they weren't going to be separated, were they?
No, we couldn't separate them.
So we ended up with them as well, and we had to wait ages to get them. Because they had to be like Sky had to be spayed, didn't she?
Yeah, but she came into
heat, is it? On a period. So it couldn't be done for ages. So we were waiting for them for about 3 months, weren't we? And then we got them, and for the Mika's always been a bit hit and miss with other dogs anyway, hasn't she? But we thought like we can work at it, and for a while
it was fine.
It was starting to look really good, wasn't it? Like it was going to work.
Yeah.
But then Otis, the little one, lost his eye because he had
an ulcer in his eye that ruptured.
Yeah, and then after he lost that, Sky got really protective of him, didn't she?
She was a little diva.
Yeah, and her and Mika started really not getting on, didn't they?
Yeah.
So for it was for too long, wasn't it? For months and months.
Yeah, she was alright with Otis.
We kept them separated.
But
essentially,
it wasn't fair to you because you were stuck in your room.
I was stuck in my room all day, yeah.
It wasn't fair.
And so it was worse for the dog because she was stuck in my room all day as well.
Yeah, and she wasn't seeing
news, was she?
No, I hated that as well.
And I was getting her out for a walk, obviously, but that was like all she was getting out.
Yeah.
And then we were bringing her down to feed her, but we had to separate them. So I had to drag Mika past the crate, didn't I?
Yeah.
We had to put the little ones in the crate and then drag her past so they didn't fucking fight each other. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So we ended up having to get rid of the pugs because obviously Mika was here first.
As heartbreaking as it was for the best.
I never cried, do I?
No.
I absolutely sobbed my heart out when they were going.
We all did.
I was gone.
Yeah, Mum sent me to our pieces when they were going because
Yeah.
she didn't want me to see them all.
Mum went with them, didn't she? Obviously to go back.
Yeah.
And she said she couldn't, like, once they were there, she just had to say bye and leave them. So it was grim, but some of the stories are about them. Like, obviously that was a while ago now, and
Yeah.
Mika's loads happier, and they've actually gone
To
to another home.
Yeah.
So everyone's better off. The pugs are happy.
Yeah, well, we give them the best life they possibly
Well, they
good.
needed us, didn't they, as well? Because, like, they both had health problems and stuff. And
Yeah, because they both lost the left eye.
both lost the same eye, little pirates.
Yeah, and then Sky had to be spayed. She came into heat and then she had to be spayed.
Yeah.
So we got her through that.
So it was a busy time, but I'm glad we got them for the time we had them. It was just too difficult.
Especially with 3 dogs. It was just...
But yeah, some of these stories are obviously about the pugs as well. It's just so obviously we wanted you to know who they are and why they're not here anymore.
Yeah.
So the first one is actually about the fact that we'd only had them for about a week or maybe not even a week.
Oh yeah.
And you and Mum went away, didn't you?
And you had them.
So I had all 3 of them. And I was on my own for like 4 days with them.
That was like hell.
Well, at that time, Mika and Sky were fine.
It was Otis and Mika that didn't like each other at first.
But they were all fine. Like, I had them all out. No one was in crates all the time or nothing. And it weren't like a nightmare.
Yeah.
But it was a nightmare at the same time. But so that was the first, just that time, we literally just got them. And then you just went for 4 days, and I was like, shit, a brick. Because it was used that wanted the other dog as well, because I was like apprehensive about it because of Mika. And I was like, well, Mika stays, like, if one of them has to go, because we'd had her for so long.
Yeah, and she is your dog.
Yeah, and then obviously, like, I was just like, fucking hell, I'm looking after so many dogs. And I was working as well. I might have booked the time off, I can't remember.
I think you did.
But that was like the longest 4 days, and when you got back, I was like, thank God.
No, wasn't it a day? Wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't
it was like 4 days, you were gone. You were away. I can't remember, but you went somewhere on...
Oh, we went to Prestatyn.
Oh, yeah. So you were on holiday, weren't you? So that was rough. It was a lot, because those pugs were crazy. Oof. Weren't they? They were lovely.
Yeah.
But they were mental.
They were disgusting.
They were pugs are disgusting.
Because they just go...
So, like...
That was probably really loud on the microphone, sorry.
Mika's really good with food. And she's, like, patient. And
she's the calmest dog I've ever known. Around food.
Yeah.
She's not in general.
But they were disgusting,
oh my God.
Weren't they?
Otis was the worst.
You'd go to start making the food and he'd be, like, squealing and... What Otis used to do, like, little twirls and stuff.
So did Sky, and then he used to sit, and then he just used to shake and then squeal.
You're like, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Mum had to hold him at the side of the chair. Sky was...
So you can imagine how fun that was while he was running. You're trying to feed 3 of them.
Sky's a really fast... Sky and Otis are fast eaters. Mika's like... Because she's a bigger dog, obviously, but she just
sits and waits, and then she eats like at a normal speed, doesn't she? Whereas you put the pug's food down.
They sound like pigs.
They were like pigs. It was literally like pigs eating. And they wouldn't even breathe until they finished, would they? And then you'd have to like wrestle the bowls away from them.
They literally inhaled their food. They're like, Ben.
Gross, wasn't it? It was so funny though.
Yeah, Ben literally inhales his food, but they were worse.
Yeah. And then, so when I first wanted a dog, I got in touch with the kennels that we adopted them all from. But obviously it was Mika was first. And I went to see 2. So I went to see a boy called Max who I thought I wanted.
Yeah, you originally went to see him, didn't you?
Yeah, and I wasn't really sure about Mika. Because she was a bit bigger, and I just, like, when you get an idea in your head of what you're going to prefer.
Yeah.
So I met them both on the same day. And Max was lovely, he was a nice dog. But I didn't feel like a connection
with him.
But obviously, partly that you don't see them for all that long. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't know what to expect. I've never really had any experience of, well, I never had any experience of dogs, did I really? But then, so I saw Max first, so I thought, right, okay, so I'm not going to necessarily feel anything straight away. But he was lovely, and I had a little play with him and stroke and stuff, and he was nice. And then he went in and he brought Mika out, and she just turned the charm on. Like,
You fell in love
I
with
fell
her.
in love with her so quickly.
We all did. When me and Mum met, we did
You
this.
had to meet her after I'd been, didn't you?
Yeah,
So
I think me and Mum felt the same as well.
I went in to meet her. Oh, sorry, she came out to meet me, and they were like, "Are we all right to let her off the lead?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was just obviously, you know what she's like when she meets people. She runs around and jumps, and she's like, "Ah!" She's
Yeah,
like
well,
that excited, isn't she?
she was 6, 7 months old at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time as well. She was still fairly young.
But she like came up to me and she was like resting her head on my knee and like for like fuss and stuff. So like,
No, but she has these really wide brown eyes, so you're just like,
and her ears stick up all the time,
yeah, and
don't
it's
they?
just like it melts your heart.
So I knew like I'd saw both dogs and I knew I wanted her. Like I loved her.
Yeah.
And then I got a call another couple of days later to say Max had gone to another home, but I wasn't. I kind of knew that was going to happen anyway, and I was fine with that. Do you know what I mean? And then they said, I got a call another few days later about Mika saying like, we need to do a house check and stuff, but we're happy for you to take her. But you were still young, weren't you?
I was still in school. I think I was about 12, 13 at the time.
And because you were under 16, you had to come down to meet her as well, didn't you? So we all went down, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you both adored her straight away as well,
Yeah.
didn't you? But it was the same with her, wasn't it? We had to wait for her to get spayed.
Yeah.
But hers was pretty quick. So it was during one of the Euros when England were playing Wales, and I actually missed the second half to go and get her. It was like obviously well worth
Yeah,
it.
Ben stayed here with me, obviously.
But then we brought her in, didn't we? And she was obviously drugged up to the eyeball. She just had an operation. It was a new house. She didn't really know what the fuck was going on. She just peed all over the front room, didn't she?
Did, yeah.
It was well cute.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about the Otis one whenever he was watching the telly? Because obviously you spent more time with him, didn't you? So
Yeah, I did. So whenever, when like, because me and Mum watch the zoo and stuff, and she watches the dog stuff, we couldn't really do that with Otis, because every time he saw an animal, he would literally jump up. You can see the claw marks here.
Yeah, where he scratched it.
Yeah, he would, every time he'd see an animal, he'd bark, go absolutely ballistic, jump up, and then do his like little shimmy, like against like across. Because he just went ballistic every time he saw an animal.
And he'd be running behind a TV to look for them, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think it was. I'm not sure whether it was a territorial thing or something.
I don't know, but like obviously he doesn't. Dogs don't understand what a telly is, do they?
No,
he was like looking for the animals, and he was like running behind the TV. Where are they?
Do you know when Mum had the snooker on or the tennis? He'd be watching it as well.
Yeah, I remember them watching the snooker.
I was like, does he have an obsession with the colour green?
He loved the TV, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he was hilarious. Him.
Yeah. Sometimes you catch Mika watching it as well, and just like.
And any time you got near him, he was just trying to basically like lick you to death, wasn't he?
He was. He was a licker. Sky was a little deep. I swear every time I went near her, she just went.
But then she'd be on your knee immediately as well.
Yeah. As soon as I sat down, she'd be.
Great.
On my knee.
Yeah.
And then Otis would join, and I'm like, I can't hold both of you.
So I didn't go down to see the pugs the first time, did I? I went to see them.
Mm.
I think even Ben met them before me.
He did.
But Sky had a poo in the, do you know, in the little cage they take. There was like a
like
playing cage, wasn't there? The run, yeah. Sky had a poo in there, and I had to pick.
I bet that was.
I was made up. I was like, can't wait to get these dogs. And Sky got into a terrible habit, didn't she? Of like, so when they were all right and we didn't have to like separate them, we'd shut the pugs out of the room while Mika ate, because they were psychos.
They were very food orientated.
So they would have ate their food, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Like
if she because sometimes she leaves bits of food, to go back to.
We had to weigh their food, didn't we? Like that's how crazy
because
they were.
You have to watch their weight.
And they'd like Sky always finished first, didn't she? And she'd be trying to eat Otis's food.
Yeah.
So we had to like keep
Mika
it away.
Yeah, Mika just stays.
But when they were all right, and we had to just keep so we basically feed Meekin and shut the pugs out so they didn't eat their food. But they'd be just, when I say shut out, we just shut them out the kitchen. So you had like the front room, the back room to run around in. And there was someone in here who would try and keep them occupied, but always failed because they knew it was nearly tea time. They didn't give
it
a
was
shit.
me and Mum who occupied them.
But I remember they'd finish eating and we'd be like, okay, we'd start organising the pug's food now. And then so you'd shut them in a room on their own for a second. I just remember every time we opened the door, Sky always pooed. Wherever, behind I'd open the door and just be like, Sky's had a poo again in the back room.
It's like she's dropped a log.
Yeah, and they were always massive as well.
Size of Mika's.
Like Mika's poos, yeah.
For like a small dog.
Honest to God, they were crazy.
And then I always used to drop little bullets.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing you were talking about.
I can't believe I'm gonna do this. He used to when he used to have poo, he used to go.
I don't know how much the camera that'll be able to see that. But...
And
Sky used to stick one leg in the air, didn't she?
To have a pee,
yeah. So she'd be like,
or to have a poo as well.
She'd be using her front paws, and then her other leg would be in the air. What was that time you were talking about when you took them for a walk?
Oh yeah, I hadn't even got 5 minutes up the road, Wilmer Road.
When Sky went over this.
Oh yeah, so we were just on the corner of our road, and going up. I don't really want to say the road.
They were walking anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Otis has had a pee. And then Sky, for God knows what reason, Sky decided to have a pee right after and peed in Otis's head. Literally. But we were showering them that day anyway, so it was fine. But
it's not ideal though, is it?
No, I was just like, oh my God.
But because they always used to pee where they peed, didn't they?
Yeah, I was trying to, I'm not sure which dog I had, I was trying to pull one of them away anyway. Because normally me and Mum took turns of walking Sky or Otis. We used to switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
But Sky always used to have to be the first, the one to walk in front. If it was Otis in front, she'd be trying to, yeah.
And the other one we've got, well, there's a couple for Mika still. But... So Mika's really hard to buy toys for because she's massive and she just.
We can't buy her any teddies and that because she
just rips them to shreds, doesn't she?
They don't even last 5 minutes.
But when we hadn't had her all that long, I know, we were just all trying to give her everything we could because we adored her and still do, to be fair.
Yeah, but, as much as she has a pain backside.
But she was really into squeaky toys, wasn't she?
Oh God!
And we had this orange ball that every time you bite it squeaks. And we've still got it for some reason, but it's hidden away.
We can't let her have it. Do you want to say why?
Why?
We can't let her have it because every time she squeaks it, she whines.
Oh, I've forgotten about that. Yeah.
She runs around the house whining.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that.
I don't know why.
I just thought we took her off because she was a fucking nightmare squeaking all the time.
That too as well.
For some reason, this ball's still in the house, and it's in the cupboard in the back room. So a bookshelf of
Well, we've got pictures on there.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not a shelf, is it? But it's 2 shelves, isn't it? But a box built around them, and then there's a cabinet at the bottom, and the ball's in there. And every now and again, I think Mika knows it's still in the house, doesn't she? So
yeah, because Mum was cleaning out the cupboard the other day or something, and she realised she's seen the ball, and she was like, and Mika was down here as well, and Mum was like, "Oh shit, I've got to make sure she doesn't get out back." And I was just like,
because if she sees it,
she was absolutely ballistic.
Yeah, honestly, God.
I was sitting there and I was like, "What?" And then she was like,
fuck
the the orange. I know. I was like, a quick, and I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "You can't let her see that." But I think she knew already.
And then the other one was that time where, so Mika had crates at first, that she used to sleep in, and now she just sleeps on my bed because she rules the whole house. But she used to sleep in crates. She's got a bit of separation anxiety, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's not used to it. She's not used to being in the house anymore.
But so every now and again she'd chill at a crate and whatever, or it'd get bashed up.
Or pull a Houdini and escape.
Yeah, but we had to get a new one at one point anyway. So me and you went to get it, didn't we? Mum was like, "It won't be that heavy. It's because just bars or whatever, but we got like a massive one, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you were, what, 13, 14, something like that?
Yeah.
And we went to get it from Argos,
Oh
didn't
my god.
we?
It was absolute hell carrying it back because it just weighed a bloody ton.
And it was hard to get a hold of it because of how big it was. You couldn't really get a proper grip on it.
Yeah, we had to stop it
quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because you were only little as well. So
Yeah,
like,
you were like, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "Yeah, can we just carry on?" I was like, "I want to get this home."
so when we got back with it, I was just we were both looking at one like, "Don't even fucking talk to us." We were both dead annoyed. I was like, "You said this wouldn't be heavy. That was one of the worst experiences of my life."
And it just fucking weighed a ton.
It was so heavy, wasn't it?
Oh my god. Well, it's because she's quite a big dog as well, and she needed the room to like be able to move around.
So we ended up coming back with this massive crate when Ellie was so small. Like she had no business trying to carry this crate.
I was a lot smaller back then than I am now.
Oh, right. We'll leave it with that for them and then we'll. Oh, sorry. Oh.
You're gonna set me off in a minute.
I'm so tired, though. I've done
I know.
so much the past few days.
I don't know what my excuse is. I just yawn.
So how many have I got here? 1, 2, 3. Got 5 would you rather's to finish us off.
It's not bad.
And I've picked these again this week, so it's a bit of a
I completely forgot about these.
bit of a change. Yeah, because you usually do some of the prep for me, don't you, as well?
Yeah, I completely forgot.
Well, it's like I say, we were supposed to originally record on Tuesday, weren't we?
Yeah, but we didn't get a work.
I had to push it back, didn't I?
Yeah, because of work.
And I'm still knackered, so that's good.
And hopefully you sleep better tonight than you did.
As if it's not obvious. So yeah, it's back to me this week, so this shit, it's my fault. And I don't know if we've done any of these before, but we've done loads of episodes now, so I apologise. First one is, would you rather give up social media or eat the same meal for the rest of your life?
Jeez.
So that's like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever else you use.
Rather eat the same meal.
Would you?
Yeah, because I use social media to text my friends, even though I've got the numbers.
I'd rather give social media up, me. 100%. I'd be so depressed if I had to eat the same meal all the time. I love food. It's like my happy place. And I'd think giving up social media is like really beneficial for your mental health anyway. But it just everyone's the same. Everyone's addicted to it. But it'd be good to give it up, I think.
Mm.
And if you had to give it up, you'd be able to do it. Do you know what I mean? I'd miss. Well, I wouldn't miss it, but I like reading football stuff on Twitter because you get it early and you get it on like Sky Sports and that. But if it's that off the same meal, I'm getting with the social media in a heartbeat. If I had to eat the same meal for 2 days, I'd want to kill myself. It'd be awful. Awful.
Guess I'm different.
I don't even know what the meal is. It doesn't specify, but not for me.
Am I just the weird one then?
No, it's preference, isn't it? You don't have to agree with me. But I think I'd get so bored of it so quickly. So you're eating the same meal just because you use social media too much, do you think, to like give it up? Fair enough. This one is disgusting.
Oh dear.
Would you rather clog the toilet during a job interview or on a first date?
Good God.
So, I mean, they're both terrible, aren't they? Because you're not getting a job and you're not getting a second date, are you?
It'd be embarrassing if it was a first
Saying
date.
that though, if you're on a date, where are you clogging the toilet? Depends where your first date is, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And like, who's to know who's done it? I mean, you know, but that works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, like, if you've clogged it at a job interview as well. I think I'd rather clog it at a job interview though.
Yeah, same.
Because like, at a job interview, it'll be talked about for that week. But that person you go on a date with will talk about that for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I'd rather do
Wouldn't
it.
they?
I'd rather clog the toilet at a job interview than on a first date.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, neither of them's ideal, obviously.
No.
But...
I can't believe you picked that one out as
It
well.
made me
my
laugh.
God. Any toilet humour makes us laugh in this family,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
so easy.
Because we're all disgusting.
I mean, yeah, it's not good either way, is it?
No.
You have to have done something special to clog a toilet. Like Ben in the airport, but it's not our story to tell. So yeah. Anyway, next one's not poo related. Would you rather live in the Harry Potter universe with no powers, or be a Death Eater? Because Death Eaters could obviously have magic, but I don't think I'll be that evil.
Mm.
I mean, I've got evil in me, and I've got like a dark sense of humour, but to actually be evil and have to act evil, I think it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have no powers.
Yeah, same. Because I'm not really like. I don't really know if I've got any evil in me, to be honest.
I'm sure everyone's got a bit of dark in them, haven't they?
Yeah, I think I do have a bit of dark in me. Just I don't think I could be a Death Eater though.
No. You have to be Voldemort to make them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, not for me.
I'd rather have no powers.
And I've already looked like him when he shaved my eyebrows off, so I'm not being his mate as well. It wasn't ideal, that. We've talked about that before, to be fair, but I did look like him. I did. I had just no hair on my face or my head. It was awful.
I remember when you shaved your beard for the first time, you kept calling yourself an egg.
And a potato. I can't grow a proper beard. I mean, you can see that, but I can't shave it either. I can't be clean shaved because I have to shave my head because I've got no fucking hair. So I'm unfortunate in that sense. But if I shave my beard and shave my head, I look like the old Twitter. When you sign up for Twitter, and if you didn't have a profile picture, it was just an egg. That's what it looks like, or I look like a potato. So I always, when I did it, I texted Ben to tell him, and he was like, "You've gone full potato." So that's what we call it. No, I used to do a joke about it. I've talked about that before as well, but
yeah, you did.
It's not a good look for anyone. So I have to have this pathetic excuse for the facial hair, just because the alternative is so much worse. So much worse. But I don't think I'd get a hair transplant either, though. I think I'm alright with being bald now. The only reason I put hats on this is because of the lights. I've been distracting for everyone.
And you're not shiny.
Yeah, everyone would just see the lights bouncing off my head. I'm not actually that arsed about being bald, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it'd be worse for everybody else. But how did we end up on that?
I don't know.
Oh, Voldemort. Oh, we were talking about Voldemort. No, we're not talking about me looking like a fucking potato again. But I did look like a potato. And I was probably still do. But anyway. I'd rather have no powers.
Yeah, same.
We'll get there in the end.
We went so off topic.
Would you rather have to wear a bib every time you go out to eat, or drink from a sippy cup every time you're at a bar? You look like a baby either way. I think I'd rather wear a bib.
I think we need to get Mum a bib.
Yeah, we do. But I feel like you can get, well, if you're just using a napkin as a bib, you can get away with it. And you can just be like, I just don't want a chance getting it on my top. I've got to wear my top all night. If you're drinking out of a sippy cup, you look like a paedophile.
I'd rather have a bib.
Like, imagine having to... You don't drink alcohol though, do you?
No.
So, like, they're drinking this out of a sippy cup. And I feel like when you go out to eat, you're usually with people you know really well. So you can just be like, listen...
Yeah, because normally if I go out to eat anywhere, it's like with family, really, isn't
or
it?
your mates. Like, suppose you're with your mates usually when you go out for a drink as well, but
I don't drink.
I'm thinking about when I was young and I was trying to meet girls and stuff. If I had to drink out of a sippy cup, I was having less luck than I already had. So I need every opportunity I can get at a bar to try and look coolish. I can't be drinking out of a sippy cup. It's to add to this already pathetic excuse for a human.
Yeah,
It'd be terrible.
I'd rather wear a bib than drink out of a sippy cup.
I mean, wearing a bib's not great either, is it? But
No.
to be fair, I still think it's easier to get away with. Like, only people wear like lobster bibs and stuff. I don't eat lobster because we're veggies, but you know what I mean. I feel like I could just be like, yeah, I've got a bib on. I don't want to get crap on my top. Whereas, how are you explaining drinking out of a sippy cup to people?
Can't
Just
really,
prefer it.
you can't explain it, really, can you?
No, yeah, I drink out of a baby's bottle. Yeah, that's just what happens. That's my thing. People just be like, I'm never talking to you. You should be in prison. Fucking nightmare it'd be, wouldn't it? And then the last one is, would you rather speak in a baby voice for a full day or be spoken to in a baby voice for a full day? That's the question.
I'd rather speak in a baby voice.
Would you?
I'd speak in a baby voice to the dog
So do
if he
I, to be
heard
fair,
me.
yeah, so do I. But I feel like, I don't know. See, for me, I think I'd rather be spoken to in a baby voice for a day, because I think, especially if I was like in work or something, hearing all those people speaking a baby voice would be funny. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'd find that entertaining because I just laugh.
Maybe like to some of our young cousins as well. Like I speak in a baby voice to them because they're.
But if I was like,
toddlers.
if I was doing meetings and I was having to speak in a baby voice, I'd be horrified. Whereas if I was listening to it, I'd be like, that's hilarious.
True. Oh God, it's a hard choice, isn't it?
Yeah, what's the point? I'm not meant to be easy.
No, I'd rather be. If I have to speak to someone like in public that I know, I'd rather be spoken to in a baby voice than speak. I changed my mind instantly there, didn't I?
Yeah, you didn't take much swaying, did you?
No. I'd rather be spoken to in a baby voice because it'd be embarrassing if you spoke in a baby voice.
See, that's what I mean. You're being embarrassed if you speak in a baby voice, whereas it's embarrassing for the other people if you're being spoken to in one. And I think that's funny.
Yeah.
I'd
I see your point.
I'd laugh my head off.
We all would.
Exactly. Right, that's all of them. So just a couple of things to round off. Sorry it's late again. Sorry if it's been a bit more subdued than usual. I'm just genuinely like
Done in.
Yeah, I'm like as tired as I've been in a long time. But I didn't want to miss the episode, so hopefully it was still enjoyable.
Fingers crossed.
I'm busy with work again next week, so just to set expectations for people, it's probably going to be Wednesday night when the episode's out, because I'm in the office again on Tuesday.
Oh, are you?
And then I'm away on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's probably going to be Wednesday, just so you're aware. So, thanks for bearing with us. Well, it's been a bit all over the place. All the support's really appreciated as well. If you want to get in touch with any of your own stories or would you rathers or any questions in general, siblingrivalpodcast@gmail.com or Instagram and Twitter @siblingrivalpod. We're on TikTok as well, but I need to start posting on there again. I was doing really well for a bit, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I was starting to build following up, and then I just stopped doing it. So that's on me, but we'll get that sorted as well. We'll start posting on TikTok again. That's @siblingrivalpod as well. I'm on Twitter and Instagram @TomFurlong_.
And I'm on both of them as well at XERSonX.
So yeah, thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.
Yep.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye everyone.
Bye.